Hey everybody, Preston Brent here with Trader User Group. Well, I'm really excited to announce our brand new webinar series on futures. Based on popular demand, we've had a lot of people asking about this because it's really hard to find education, good education on futures. So I'm happy to introduce our new webinar on trading futures. It's again, like all of our other webinars, it's going to be a multi-part series. And we're going to learn about how to apply options and futures across the entire commodity complex, and also to include indices as well as currencies. Now, this webinar series is going to start May 23rd at 8 p.m. That would be New York time. Let's go take a look at some of the things that we're going to be covering. It's going to be really exciting here. The series outline, we're going to include futures and options and equities. Basically, what's the difference between futures and options and commodities and equities? Some people sometimes, I think, get the word commodities mixed up with futures. So we're going to look at all of these things and just kind of show the differences here. The key indices futures, what are they and how are they traded? The E-mini, the mini Dow, and the mini Russell. These are the main ones that I think most of you are probably familiar with now. We'll take a look at the notional values. We'll look at the leverage required and, just some of the popular ways that these are traded. We'll also learn about some of the key commodity complexes that make up the commodity sector. We'll start with energy. We'll look at the oil markets, we'll look at the natural gas markets, and we'll look at gasoline. And that would be RBOB gasoline. We'll look at the agricultural market or the agricultural complex. We'll look at corn, wheat, and soybeans. These are the main ones that are traded, and we'll focus on the ones that have the most liquidity in them. We'll look at the soft market. In the softs, typically we'll see coffee and sugar and cocoa. Also, we'll look at the metals market. We'll look at gold, silver, and copper. Those are probably the most popular and heavily traded ones out there. We'll look at the meats market. Live cattle and feeder cattle are probably the most popular ones in that market. We'll talk about the spot price versus the forward price in the futures market. We'll look at, and I'm sure some of you have heard the term backwardation versus contango. We'll take a look at that. We'll look across all the commodity complexes to see, are these markets typically in backwardation or contango, and what happens when this flips around, and can there be trading opportunities when that happens? We'll take a look at arbitrage and how a lot of the big guys use futures market from an arbitrage perspective. We'll look at options on futures. Now, options on equities are fairly easy to understand. However, when you get into options on the futures market, the options takes on different values based on those futures. We'll look at some strategies on options on futures and things that you're probably comfortable with in the equity market, like calendar spreads, have a whole new meaning in the futures market, and we'll look at those and see if there's ways that you can take advantage of them. We'll look at futures curves, and we'll look at seasonality and rhythm. The one thing I really love about the commodity market is there tends to be seasonality and rhythm to a lot of the prices that are out there. This is truly a market, especially the commodity market, where you've got elasticity of demand helping drive price. And then we look at that to see how we can take advantage of it. I know a lot of our members, we've made some really good money using some of these things across some of these complexes. And we'll talk about these during these sessions here. We'll look at simple leverage trading plan that you can employ using options, and we'll talk about the risk associated with trading options and futures and options on futures. So there's just a ton of information. Now, this webinar is going to be obviously not done in just an hour and a half. Like our other webinars, this could entail more than 5 or 6 hours of video. So this is something that I think should be a part of your education shelf, and you should definitely learn how to do this. Even if you don't trade commodities or futures on commodities, there's an ETF, and we'll explore the ETFs that back up some of these commodities so that you can include it in your trading plan. Now, when is this starting again? It's starting this May the 23rd at 2013 this year, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be New York time. A recording will be available after every webinar series. So typically what we do, for those of you that haven't attended our webinar series in the past, we hold them on Thursdays. Sometimes we may skip a week, but we're going to go 4 to 6 sessions or maybe longer depending on what's needed. For those that are attending our Iron Condor, which is very popular series, we're up to part 5 on that one right now. So these are very nice to attend, and for this one, the futures, I think a lot of you are going to really like this. I know I've gotten a lot of requests to do this. The attendance fee is, in this case, it's going to be a little bit more because we've got a lot of information to cover. It's going to be $90 for all webinars in this futures trading series. So it's still very, very expensive. You're probably going to get 7 to 8 hours of training just on futures and options on futures. So I think you guys are going to really love this. Now, for those of you that attended prior sessions, I'll send you a voucher code that you can use that'll allow you to take a 20% discount off of this. So folks that have attended prior sessions, understand you'll have a voucher code that you can use to apply a 20% discount off the $90 fee. And again, this is for all series. So if you're viewing this video and it's already after May 23rd, don't worry. We've got a lot of people that join our series and they come in and then they just go look at the prior sessions and catch up where we are. So this is something that you can use all the time. The fee, by the way, is deductible if you join our user group. There's a annual membership fee that will entitle you to every video in our series that we've run, and those are free if you join our user group in addition to joining our daily chat room. So, how do I get started? If you look below, just click on the link below and then fill out your information and choose the method of payment. Meanwhile, I hope to see every one of you on the inside. I think this is going to be a really special series. It's going to be pretty crowded, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think you guys will walk away with a lot of very valuable information that hopefully will be a part of your trading skill set going forward. All right, everybody, have a really great day. Bye now.